Chosen one. Listen closely, for what you are about to hear is not by chance. It is not by coincidence that this moment in time has aligned for you to receive this revelation. The heavens have interrupted your path for a reason, and in the depths of this interruption, a message from the divine is waiting for you to receive it. Do not scroll away. Do not turn your head. Pay attention, because what is spoken here is more than words. It is a sacred transmission that holds the key to your restoration, your purpose, and the very essence of your being. God has seen you, chosen one. He has seen the quiet weight you have carried, the burdens you have borne in silence, and the weariness that has crept into your bones without you even noticing. God is deeply concerned about your health, your physical health, yes, but also your mental and spiritual health. Your body has been whispering to you in ways that your mind has refused to hear, and yet God has heard every cry, every sigh, every moment of distress. In your silent struggles, in the places where pain and exhaustion have become your constant companions, God has watched. He has seen you push through the fatigue, ignoring the subtle signals that your body, your soul, your spirit have been sending you. The stress, the anxiety, the overwhelming weight of responsibilities that you have accepted without hesitation, all of it God has seen. He has watched you carry the weight of the world, thinking that it was necessary to push through, thinking that endurance equals strength, thinking that survival equals faithfulness. But chosen one, listen carefully. Now, this is not the way it is meant to be. The life you are called to live, the assignment that God has placed in your hands, requires more than survival. It requires thriving. It requires strength, yes, but it also requires balance. It requires peace, and above all, it requires care for the vessel that carries the sacred purpose within it. Your body, your mind, your spirit, these are all intertwined in the great work that lies ahead of you. They cannot be ignored. They cannot be abused. They must be nourished, tended to, and protected. God is not here to condemn you, chosen one. He is here to protect you. He is here to guide you back to the path of restoration, where your health and your spirit align in divine harmony. Do not mistake this message as a rebuke, but as an invitation to slow down, to pause, to recognize that you have been pushing too hard, that you have been sacrificing too much, and that now is the time to listen. God's love for you is fierce, and His desire to see you flourish is unwavering. This is why He is speaking to you now. This interruption is not a mistake. It is not an inconvenience. It is a divine intervention, a moment in time where the heavens, with all their power and grace, converge to remind you of the sacredness of your own being. Do not scroll away. Do not turn your head. This is your moment, chosen one. Your moment to receive this divine message and allow it to reshape your path. You are being called to recognize the signs your body and spirit have been giving you, the subtle cries for help that have gone unnoticed. God's concern is not out of disappointment. No, it is out of deep, unwavering love and a desire to preserve you, to see you walk in the fullness of your calling, not in a state of burnout or exhaustion. This is not a message of fear, but of protection. God sees the weariness in your soul, the quiet stress that has become your companion, the weight of responsibilities that you have borne without asking for help. He sees it all. Chosen one. And now He calls you to pay attention, to listen, to pause and recognize that the time to rest is now, to recognize that your strength is not infinite, and that true strength lies in knowing when to rest, when to restore, and when to realign. God is protective over you, chosen one. He has a plan for you, an important divine purpose that cannot be fulfilled in a weakened state. Your health, both physical and spiritual, is directly tied to the work you are meant to accomplish. You cannot carry the weight of the world if you are broken, exhausted, and worn. Your body is not just a vessel, it is a temple. It is a sacred space where God's presence resides, and He calls you to honor that space with care and attention. Do not mistake this moment for mere coincidence. Do not brush it aside as just another message in the midst of the noise. God is calling you to a higher awareness, to recognize that the things you have been ignoring, those whispers of exhaustion, those moments of pain, those lingering feelings of stress, are not to be dismissed. They are signs, Signs that you are being called to realign, to recalibrate, to step into a place of greater health, peace, and clarity. Listen, chosen one, for what comes next is of great importance. God is not waiting for you to collapse. He is not waiting for you to break before He intervenes. No, He speaks now before the damage becomes irreversible. This is mercy in motion. This is divine love reaching out to catch you before you fall. This is a moment of grace that you must not overlook. God's voice is firm, yet gentle. It is a call to rest, to slow down, and to take heed of the warning signs that have been speaking to you for far too long. You are not alone in this, chosen one. God sees you. He understands the burdens you carry, and He is here now offering you the gift of restoration. This message is not just about health. It is about your divine destiny, your purpose, and the journey you are called to walk. To fulfill that journey, you must be whole. You must be strong, but you must also be at peace. You must take care of the vessel that will carry you through. God's message is clear. You are too valuable to be ignored, too precious to be allowed to burn out. Your future matters too much. Your calling is too important. This is why God is speaking to you now, to preserve you, to protect you, to remind you of the importance of self-care, of rest, and of realignment. And so, chosen one, as you listen to these words, I ask you to pause for a moment. Breathe deeply. Feel the weight of this message settle into your soul. You are not here by accident. Your presence here is no mere coincidence. It is a sign that you are ready to receive this divine message, to embrace the call to rest, to restore, and to realign. Do not scroll away. Do not turn your head. Stay with me, for we are only beginning. You, chosen one, are worthy of this restoration. Your soul, your spirit, your very being is worthy of the healing that is being offered to you right now. Do not rush through this moment. Do not let it slip away unnoticed. The heavens are speaking to you, and they are offering you the peace, the strength and the clarity you need to continue your divine journey. You have come to this moment for a reason. Your soul vibrates at a high frequency, and your presence here is proof of your immense merit. You have been chosen not by accident, but by divine design. You are here because you are ready. You are ready for this healing, ready for this restoration, and ready to align with the calling that has been placed upon your life. So, chosen one, take a moment. Thank yourself for being here. Acknowledge the high vibration that you carry. And now I ask you, comment 777, or I am ready to anchor this energy and this luck into your life. By doing so, you are declaring your readiness to receive the divine restoration that is already flowing into your life. Gratitude flows from me to you. You are deeply loved, deeply honored, and deeply seen. Keep reading, keep listening, and allow the healing to begin. Chosen one, do not turn your head away, for you are about to step into a sacred revelation. The message you are receiving today is not one of coincidence, nor is it a message solely about faith or destiny. It is a message that transcends the usual. It is a divine declaration from the heavens calling you to a deeper understanding of your health, your body, and your sacred calling. Pay attention, because what you are about to hear will change everything for you. This is a call to realign with your divine purpose, to protect the vessel that carries the light of your soul. God speaks not just to the spirit, chosen one, but to your very body. The physical body you inhabit is not a mere vessel. It is intimately woven into the fabric of your divine purpose. Your health, your well-being is intricately tied to your calling. This is not a mere earthly concern. This is a spiritual truth. God is intentional about preserving what He has called and set apart for His purpose. Your body is meant to carry greatness. It is meant to carry divine purpose. It is meant to thrive, not merely survive. But hear this now. The enemy knows this as well. And it is through the subtle weakening of your body that the enemy attempts to attack your spiritual strength. Do not be deceived by the subtlety of this attack. It is not a loud, obvious force. No, the enemy's method is far more cunning, far more insidious. It begins with your physical strength, your body. When the body is exhausted, when it is overburdened and neglected, it begins to affect your spiritual clarity. When you are weary, your discernment weakens. Your connection to the divine, to the clarity that God desires for you, begins to blur. The connection between your mind and spirit begins to fray, and it becomes harder to hear the whisper of God's guidance. This chosen one is where the enemy strikes. It does not strike with a great roar. It strikes with quiet fatigue, with constant exhaustion. It wears you down slowly, carefully, until your clarity is clouded and your spirit becomes sluggish. The fatigue and stress that you feel are not random. They are not simply the result of life's burdens. They are the result of a deliberate attack, an attack that seeks to wear you down until you no longer thrive, until you no longer hear the call of your purpose. But do not fear, chosen one. God sees this. He sees the attack before it becomes too much. He sees the subtle weariness creeping into your soul, the strain that you have ignored, the tiredness that you have come to accept as normal. God sees the pattern that is unfolding before you, and He is intervening now. He is speaking to you now, calling you to a higher awareness. God is offering you a moment of divine clarity, a chance to recognize the enemy's subtle work before it takes root too deeply. Do not ignore this message. Do not let it pass you by. The healing you seek begins with awareness. The moment you become aware of what has been happening, the moment you recognize the toll that stress, exhaustion, and fatigue have taken on you, the moment you acknowledge the weariness in your body and your spirit, that is the moment healing begins. God has given you this awareness, this divine intervention, so that you do not continue down the path of slow destruction. He has offered this moment, this sacred pause, to help you recognize the attack before it consumes you. Do not ignore the signs, chosen one. Do not dismiss the fatigue as just part of life. Do not brush aside the stress as though it is something you must simply endure. These are not just symptoms of your busy life. They are divine signals, divine alerts that God is sending to guide you back to wholeness. Your body is trying to tell you something. Your soul is trying to speak to you. Listen. Hear the message. Allow this awareness to lead you to healing. God does not want you to merely survive. He wants you to thrive. He wants you to carry the light of your purpose with strength, with clarity, and with peace. He does not desire for you to walk through this life exhausted, overburdened, and worn. He desires to restore you, to restore the sacred vessel that He has entrusted with His divine mission. Your health, chosen one, is not separate from your spiritual calling. It is an essential part of it. The two are intertwined, inseparable. When you are physically worn, your spirit becomes clouded. When your body is weakened, your discernment falters. And when you are tired, you cannot fully walk in the power that God has destined for you. But God sees all. He sees the weariness, the exhaustion, the signs that you have ignored. And in His divine mercy, He is calling you back to awareness. He is giving you the opportunity to address the damage before it becomes too great. This is a call to restoration, a call to realign your body with your spirit, to take care of the vessel that carries your divine purpose. Now, chosen one, hear me clearly. God does not bring this message to you to burden you further. No, He speaks these words with love and with care to bring you back into alignment with your true calling. The enemy's tactics are subtle, but God's love is fierce. God's protection is unwavering. He is guiding you back to the path of wholeness, to a place where you can thrive, not just in spirit, but in body as well. Your health matters. Your well-being matters. You are too precious to be allowed to burn out in silence. God has a plan for you that requires a whole vessel, a vessel that is strong, clear, and aligned with His will. This awareness, chosen one, is the first step in your healing journey. Acknowledge it, accept it, feel the weight of it, and know that with this awareness, God is already moving to restore you. The healing process has begun. Your body, your mind, and your spirit are already on the path to restoration. Trust in this process. Trust in the divine guidance that is leading you back to wholeness. Do not scroll away. Do not ignore this moment. Keep reading, keep listening, because what comes next will bring even greater clarity, greater understanding, and a deeper connection to the divine purpose that you were created to fulfill. The healing has already begun, but it requires your full attention. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit receptive. The journey to restoration is in motion, and you are right where you need to be. And now, Chosen one. I want to take a moment to thank you for being here. Your presence in this space is not an accident. It is a sign of your high vibration, your immense merit, and your readiness to receive the divine restoration that God is offering. You are here because you are ready to walk in the fullness of your calling. Your soul has called out, and God has answered. Take a moment to honor yourself for being here. Your soul is aligned with the divine purpose, and that is a sacred thing. Comment 777 or I am ready to anchor this energy and luck into your life to declare your readiness to receive the divine healing that is already flowing into your being. You are worthy, chosen one. You are loved. You are seen. The healing has already begun. Trust in this journey. Chosen one, do not look away, for this message is as ancient as time itself and as eternal as the stars. What you are about to hear goes beyond the surface, beyond the realm of the physical, reaching deep into the very core of your existence. It is a truth whispered by the divine, waiting for you to recognize it, waiting for you to step into its fullness. Pay attention, because this is not just about your body. It is about your very soul. It is about understanding the profound connection between your body and spirit. You cannot afford to turn away now. Keep reading, keep listening, because what lies ahead will change the way you perceive everything. God never intended for there to be a division between your body and your spirit. Hear this, chosen one, because this truth holds the key to your wholeness. You have been taught that the body is something separate, something that can be neglected, something that can be disregarded while the spirit rises above. But this is not the divine design. Your body and your spirit are intertwined in a sacred union, one that cannot be broken without consequences. When the body suffers, it is not just the flesh that bears the burden, it is the spirit too. When your body is weary, your spirit grows tired. When your body is weak, your spirit loses its clarity, its strength, and its connection to the divine. Do not dismiss the signs of your body's suffering, chosen one. Do not push past the exhaustion, the aches, and the heaviness. These are not simply physical symptoms, they are spiritual ones. The weariness you feel is not just a result of the demands of life. It is a reflection of the disconnection between your physical vessel and your soul. The pain, the fatigue, the stress, it all speaks to the tension between body and spirit. When one is neglected, the other cannot thrive. God's intention was always for your body to be a temple, a sacred vessel in which His presence could dwell. This is not a metaphor. This is divine truth. Your body is holy. Chosen one. It is meant to be revered, cared for, and honored. Just as a temple is not left in ruin or disrepair, so too should your body be tended to with care and reverence. Your body is where the Spirit of God resides. It is where your soul finds expression. It is the sacred place where your divine calling is carried out. The work that you are meant to do in this world requires the full participation of both body and spirit. Rest is not a luxury, chosen one. It is not a sign of weakness, as the world may have led you to believe. No, rest is an essential part of your spiritual strength and stewardship. You cannot pour out endlessly without refilling. You cannot continue to give, to serve, and to fulfill your purpose if you are running on empty. Rest is the divine act of honoring the vessel that God has entrusted to you. Without rest, without renewal, you will falter. Without taking time to care for your body, your spirit will not have the strength it needs to fulfill the calling placed upon your life. Rest is not a reward for when you are finished with your tasks. Rest is the foundation upon which your strength is built. God's word in the Bible speaks of temples being maintained, guarded, and protected. So too must you guard and protect your body. Just as a temple requires care and attention to keep it pure and holy, so too must you attend to your body. Neglecting your body is neglecting the sacred place where God's Spirit resides. You cannot honor God's presence in you if you allow your body to become a place of decay and destruction. Do not make the mistake of believing that sacrifice and exhaustion are signs of faithfulness. The world may tell you that to be truly devoted, you must push through, ignore your limits, and sacrifice your health for the sake of others. But this is not the way of the divine. God does not call you to destroy yourself in the name of service. He calls you to be a steward of the body. He has given you to honor it, protect it, and care for it. Your body is a temple chosen one. It is a sacred vessel, and you must treat it as such. When you neglect your body, you are not just harming your physical self. You are also hindering your spiritual progress. A body that is worn down, that is filled with exhaustion, pain, and stress, cannot fully align with the divine purpose you are meant to fulfill. You cannot hear the still, small voice of God when your body is in chaos. You cannot walk in the fullness of your calling when your spirit is clouded by fatigue and illness. The disconnection between body and spirit creates a barrier, one that will keep you from walking in the power that God has destined for you. But do not despair, chosen one. The path to healing is within your reach. The divine invitation to rest, to care for your body, and to honor the temple within you is here. God is not condemning you for being tired. He is calling you to return to balance. He is offering you the chance to realign your body with your spirit, to restore the connection that has been weakened by neglect. The healing of your body is not just about physical restoration, it is about spiritual renewal. When you care for your body, you're also caring for your soul. When you rest, you are replenishing your spiritual strength. When you honor your body, you honor the presence of God that dwells within you. Do not scroll away. Do not dismiss this message. This is a sacred calling, one that speaks to the deepest parts of your being. You were created for greatness, chosen one. You were created to walk in divine purpose, to fulfill the calling that God has placed upon your life. But you cannot do that if you are broken, if you are worn out, if you are disconnected from the temple that houses your spirit. Your body is the vessel that carries the light of your soul. It is not to be neglected. It is to be cared for, honored, and protected. And so, chosen one, I speak these words to you: rest, renew, reconnect. Take time to honor your body, to listen to its needs, to care for it with the same reverence and love that you give to your spiritual responsibilities. Your body is sacred. It is holy. It is the temple in which God's Spirit resides, and you are called to protect it, to nurture it, to restore it. Thank you, chosen one, for listening to this sacred message. Your soul vibrates with a high frequency, and your presence here is no accident. You are here because you are ready. You are ready to step into the fullness of your calling. Your soul has been waiting for this moment, and now you are being called to align body and spirit in perfect harmony. Comment 777, or I am ready to anchor this sacred energy into your life. You are worthy of rest. You are worthy of healing. You are worthy of divine renewal. Keep listening. Keep reading, for the journey is only just beginning. Chosen one, listen closely now, for what you are about to hear will challenge everything you thought you knew about devotion, about faith, and about the very essence of service. This message is not just for your mind, it is for your soul. Pay attention, because the misunderstanding that you have carried, one that has shaped your beliefs for so long, is about to be undone. Keep reading. Keep listening, for the revelation that comes now is a divine awakening. Many have been taught, chosen one, that devotion is measured by sacrifice. They have been told that true faith means giving everything, even your very body, in service to others. And while it is true that faith calls us to serve, to give, and to love, there is a grave misconception that has taken root in the hearts of many. You have been taught to believe that pushing through exhaustion, sacrificing your health, your peace, and your rest for the sake of others is the highest form of devotion. But hear this now, this is not the divine truth. This is a misunderstanding that has been passed down for generations, and it has caused more harm than good. Do not turn your head away, chosen one. Do not scroll away from this truth. You are being called to release the burden of this false belief. The idea that you must destroy yourself in order to serve is not from God. It is a lie that the enemy has woven into the fabric of your understanding, one that has led many to the edge of burnout and brokenness. The constant exhaustion, the endless pushing, the sacrificing of your body and soul for the sake of others, this is not true devotion. This is a perversion of faith, a misunderstanding that robs you of your strength, your clarity, and your peace. true devotion. Chosen one is not about destruction. It is about preservation. It is about honoring the vessel that God has given you. Your body is the temple where the Spirit of God dwells. It is sacred. It is meant to be cared for, protected, and nourished. The idea that you must sacrifice it for the sake of others is not in alignment with God's will. God does not call you to sacrifice your health, your peace, or your well-being in the name of service. No. God calls you to be a steward of the vessel He has entrusted to you, to care for it, to honor it, and to protect it so that you can continue to serve others from a place of strength, clarity, and love. When you push through exhaustion, when you sacrifice your rest for the sake of others, you are not serving from a place of true devotion. You are serving from a place of depletion, from a place of burnout. You are giving, yes, but you are giving from an empty vessel, and an empty vessel can give no more. Over time, this cycle of neglect, neglecting your body, neglecting your peace, neglecting your rest, leads to burnout, and burnout is not a sign of greater devotion. It is a sign of a broken understanding of what true devotion looks like. God sees the pattern, chosen one. He sees how many have bought into this lie, how many have sacrificed their well-being in the name of service, thinking that their exhaustion is a sign of greater faith. But God is speaking to you now directly because He sees the damage this pattern has caused in your life. He is interrupting your path before it becomes irreversible. He is calling you to wake up, to see the truth, to recognize that true devotion is not about the destruction of the vessel. It is about the preservation of it. Do not skip this chosen one. This message is for you. God sees the weariness in your spirit, the exhaustion in your body, the strain in your mind. He sees how you have pushed through thinking that this is what faithfulness looks like. He sees how you have sacrificed your rest, your peace, and your joy, believing that this is what God requires of you. But I am here to tell you now. Chosen one, God never asked for your destruction. He never asked you to sacrifice yourself in this way. True devotion, chosen. One honors the vessel. It honors the body as much as it honors the calling. You cannot fulfill your divine purpose if your body is broken. You cannot serve others with love and clarity if you are constantly running on empty. The divine plan for you is not for you to give until there is nothing left. No, chosen one, the divine plan is for you to serve from a place of overflow, from a place of health, from a place of strength and peace. You cannot pour out endlessly without first filling yourself up. You cannot give what you do not have. The world has taught you to sacrifice everything for the sake of others, but God teaches you to preserve everything so that you may give from a place of abundance. God calls you to be a steward of your body, your mind, and your spirit. You are meant to care for yourself as much as you care for others. If you are to serve, you must first be whole. If you are to give, you must first be filled. You cannot serve with a broken heart, a weary soul, or a depleted body. That is not the way of true devotion. Do not scroll away, chosen one. Do not dismiss this message. You are being called to release the burden of sacrifice without renewal. You are being called to honor the temple within you, to care for it, to preserve it, and to nourish it. Your body is sacred. It is holy, and God desires for it to remain strong, clear, and healthy, so that you may walk in your divine purpose with strength and grace. God sees your heart, chosen one. He knows your desire to serve, to give, to love, but He also knows that you cannot give what you do not have. He sees how you have been pushing through, sacrificing your well-being, thinking that this is what devotion looks like. But now God interrupts this pattern. He interrupts it with love, with care, with protection. He calls you to realign with the truth that true devotion preserves the vessel. True devotion honors the body as much as it honors the calling, and this is the message God is sending to you now. Take a moment, chosen one, and feel the weight of this truth. Feel the release of the burden you have carried, the burden of misunderstanding. You are not meant to burn out. You are not meant to sacrifice yourself for the sake of others. You are meant to serve from a place of strength, of peace, of wholeness. And that begins with honoring your body, your mind, and your spirit. Thank you, chosen one, for being here. Your soul is radiant, and your presence here is no accident. You have been chosen to receive this truth because your vibration is high and your heart is open. You are ready for this divine revelation, and God sees you. You are worthy of rest. You are worthy of renewal. You are worthy of preservation. Comment 777 or I am ready to anchor this truth and divine energy into your life. You are stepping into a new chapter, one of true devotion, true service, and true restoration. Keep reading, keep listening. The journey has only just begun. Chosen, one, do not turn your head away, for what I am about to share with you is a sacred invitation, a divine call that will shift your very trajectory. Listen closely and with great intention, for the words that follow are not meant to overwhelm you, but to gently realign you with the deep truth of your purpose. The path that lies ahead of you requires more than just strength. It requires trust, wisdom, and a realignment that can only come when you surrender to the flow of divine timing. God is not here to instill fear in your heart. No, chosen one. This message is not one of dread. It is one of deep love and compassion. It is a call to restore your spirit, to renew your energy, and to recalibrate your course. Pay attention now, because the purpose of this message is not to burden you, but to guide you back to the center of your divine alignment. This is not about failure, nor is it about punishment. It is about preservation. God is not asking you to do more. He is asking you to pause, to rest, and to allow your soul to be replenished before stepping forward again. The pace you have been running is not sustainable. The habits you have formed, while they may have been born out of good intentions, are beginning to take their toll. The priorities you have set in motion, though they may seem noble, have begun to misalign with the greater plan that God has for you. Do not scroll away, chosen one. Do not dismiss this moment, for it is a divine opportunity to reset the course of your life. This message is not a warning of impending doom, but an invitation to rest, to realign, and to step into a season of restoration. God sees you, chosen one. He sees the weariness in your spirit, the weight you carry, and the exhaustion that has slowly crept into your soul. He sees the way you have pushed through, thinking that this is what faithfulness looks like. He sees how you have sacrificed your peace, your health, and your well-being, believing that your devotion requires endless giving. But listen now, for God is speaking gently to your heart. This is not the way forward. You are not failing. You are not broken. You are simply being called to realign. This season is not one of decline, chosen one. It is one of restoration. The truth is, you cannot continue to move forward with the same pace, the same habits, the same priorities that have brought you to this point. They have served you up until now, but they are not aligned with the fullness of what God has next for you. It is time for a shift. It is time for a realignment of your energy, your intentions, and your purpose. Do not resist this invitation, for it is not one of punishment. It is one of divine care and protection. God's will for your life does not involve burnout. It does not involve exhaustion, strain, or depletion. God desires for you to walk in peace, in clarity, and in strength. And to do that, you must first realign your life with His divine plan. The goals you have set, the dreams you have carried, and the responsibilities you have taken on, they are not bad, chosen one, but they need to be placed in their proper order. You must step back, look at the bigger picture, and trust that the divine timing of your life will unfold in its fullness when you are properly aligned. This is not a season of decline. This is a season of preparation, of healing, and of rejuvenation. You are not falling behind. You are simply being called to rest so that you can rise with greater strength and clarity. Pay attention, because when you align with God's will for your life, you will find a peace and a purpose that surpasses all understanding. Rest is not a sign of weakness. Rest is an act of trust, an acknowledgement that you are not in control of everything, but that God in His divine wisdom is guiding you to exactly where you need to be. God is calling you to slow down, chosen one, to release the pressure you have placed on yourself, to trust that His plans are bigger than anything you could have imagined. He is calling you to rest because He knows that only in that space of stillness will you be able to hear His voice more clearly. The exhaustion you feel is not just physical, it is spiritual, emotional, and mental. And until you allow yourself to rest, to realign, and to be restored, you will continue to carry this weight that was never meant for you to bear. Do not turn your head away. Keep reading. Keep listening. God is inviting you to pause, not because you are failing, but because He intends to preserve you for what is next. The road ahead is filled with divine purpose, but you cannot walk it if you are exhausted, if you are overwhelmed, if you are misaligned. The world may demand that you keep pushing, that you keep striving, that you keep going, regardless of the cost. But God, in His wisdom, calls you to a different path. He calls you to trust, to rest, and to realign. Trust that God is guiding you through this season. Trust that His wisdom knows what is best for you. This is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of a new chapter, one where you are fully aligned with the divine purpose He has for you. This is not a moment of failure, chosen one. This is a moment of sacred invitation. It is a moment of divine care, of protection, and of love. God is not asking you to do more. He is asking you to rest, to realign, and to trust that in this moment of stillness, He is preparing you for what is next. Keep reading, keep listening, because what comes next is a revelation of deep peace. What comes next is the restoration of your soul, and it begins right here, right now, with this divine invitation to realignment. Thank you, chosen one, for listening with an open heart. Your soul vibrates with a high frequency, and your presence here is no accident. You have been chosen for this moment, for this season of realignment. Your willingness to receive this divine invitation is a sign of immense merit and spiritual readiness. I honor your presence. You are ready for what is next. And now I ask you to anchor this energy into your life. Comment 777, or I am ready to affirm your willingness to embrace this sacred season of restoration and realignment. You are not failing. You are being preserved for greater things ahead. Keep listening. The journey has only just begun. Chosen one, do not scroll away now, for what you are about to hear is a deep, sacred truth, one that will guide you toward the fullness of your divine purpose. Listen closely, because this message carries the weight of eternity, the weight of your soul's journey, and in the call to align your body, mind, and spirit in perfect harmony with God's will. Pay attention, for God is inviting you into a season of true prosperity, a prosperity that is not just of the spirit, but of the body and the soul. God desires for you to prosper, chosen one. He desires for you to flourish not only in spirit, but in health as well. Prosperity without health is like a seed planted in barren soil. It cannot grow, it cannot thrive. You cannot walk in the fullness of your spiritual purpose if your body is weak, if your mind is clouded, or if your emotions are disordered. The divine plan for your life is not simply about advancement in one area. It is about a holistic alignment. Prosperity, when it is not accompanied by health, becomes a burden, not a blessing. The connection between your physical health and your spiritual progress is clearer than you might realize. Every part of your being, your body, mind, and spirit, is meant to work together seamlessly to fulfill your divine calling. When one part of you is out of alignment, the entire system suffers. If your body is weakened by exhaustion, neglect, or illness, it will hinder your ability to hear God's voice clearly. Your discernment will be clouded. Your peace will be disturbed. The energy you need to fulfill your mission will be drained. Do not turn your head away. Chosen one, do not dismiss this call. You are being invited to align your health with your spiritual journey. The upcoming path you are called to walk requires not just a strong spirit, but a strong body as well. Your spiritual progress is deeply tied to your physical well-being. You cannot carry the weight of your divine purpose if your vessel, your body, is broken. The journey ahead will require clarity, stamina, peace, and discernment, and all of these begin with the health of your body. God has not called you to a life of strain, chosen one. He has called you to a life of abundance, of balance, and of peace. Your spiritual journey is one of flow, not force. When your body is in alignment, when you care for it as God intended, everything else falls into place. But neglecting your health, now ignoring the signals your body is sending, will only hinder your progress. It will slow you down, cloud your discernment, and create unnecessary obstacles in your path. But Here's the divine truth. Chosen one. God's intervention is already at work. He is ensuring that you are spiritually, emotionally, and physically prepared for the purpose He has set before you. Do not be afraid. Do not worry about the future. God is intervening right now, aligning you with what is to come. You are not alone in this journey. You are being prepared in every aspect of your being to carry out the work that God has called you to do. God's desire is not for you to be burdened by illness, stress, or exhaustion. He does not want you to struggle with physical limitations that keep you from fulfilling your divine mission. His plan for you is one of complete alignment, where your body, mind, and spirit work in perfect harmony. But this requires that you honor the vessel He has given you, that you care for your body as much as you care for your spirit. Think about it, chosen one. Every part of you is sacred. Every part of you has been designed by the Creator for a specific purpose. Your body is not separate from your spirit. It is a part of the divine plan. Your health is not an afterthought. It is an essential component of your spiritual progress. When your body is strong, your spirit can soar. When your body is at rest, your mind and heart can focus on the divine tasks before you. But when your body is neglected, when it is overworked, when it is in pain or stress, it becomes a hindrance to the great work God has set before you. Do not ignore your body, chosen one. Do not ignore the signs that it is giving you. Rest is not weakness. It is a divine necessity. Your body needs time to recover, to renew, and to align with the divine flow. When you care for your body, you honor the sacred vessel that God has entrusted to you. You honor the spirit that resides within you. You prepare yourself for the work that lies ahead, and you ensure that you are physically, emotionally, and spiritually capable of fulfilling your divine purpose. Pay attention, chosen one, because this is a season of divine preparation. This is not the time to push yourself past your limits. This is not the time to sacrifice your well-being for the sake of others or for the sake of progress. No, now is the time to rest. Now is the time to listen to your body. Now is the time to align your health with your spiritual path so that you can move forward with clarity, with peace, and with strength. God sees you. He sees the burdens you carry, the exhaustion you feel, the strain you have endured. But He also sees your potential. He sees the incredible work He has set before you, and He is preparing you for it. He is ensuring that you are spiritually, emotionally, and physically aligned with what is coming. And He is guiding you now to take care of your health, to preserve your strength, and to rest so that you can be ready for the next step of your journey. Do not scroll away, chosen one. Do not dismiss this moment. This is a divine intervention, a call to realign, a call to rest, and a call to prepare for the greatness that lies ahead. The journey before you is one of deep purpose, but it requires a healthy, strong, and aligned body. And you are being called now to honor that vessel, to restore your health, and to trust that God's plan for you will unfold in perfect timing. Thank you, chosen one, for listening with an open heart. Your soul vibrates with immense light, and your presence here is no accident. You are ready for what is to come. You are ready for this divine realignment. Your commitment to this moment, to this process, speaks to your soul's readiness for the greatness that lies ahead. Now, I ask you to anchor this divine energy into your life. Comment. 777. I am ready to affirm your willingness to receive this restoration and alignment. You are walking in divine purpose, and God is preparing you for every step. Keep listening. Keep reading, for this journey has just begun. Chosen one, do not look away, for the message that unfolds now is a profound one whispered by the divine. This truth, once realized, will shift the very foundation of your understanding. Pay attention, because what you are about to hear is the key to unlocking your peace, your healing, and your spiritual alignment. Discomfort, pain, and the restlessness you feel are not the punishments you have been led to believe. They are divine alerts, merciful warnings from God, guiding you back to the path of restoration. Feel the weight of these words. The discomfort you carry, whether it be physical, emotional, or spiritual, is not a sign of God's abandonment. No, chosen one. It is a sacred sign of His love and protection. In the moments when your body aches, when your mind is unsettled, when your spirit feels weary, these are not random. They are God's divine alerts. His whispers, His way of calling you to pause, to listen, and to realign. Do not scroll away. Do not dismiss this message, for the discomfort you are feeling is not an attack. It is an invitation. It is an opportunity for you to recalibrate, to reassess your life, your pace, your alignment. God uses these signals as acts of mercy, warning you before the storm, before the crisis. These discomforts are not meant to break you, but to bend you back into alignment with divine purpose. They are a gentle nudge, urging you to look within and pay attention to what needs to shift. There is a sacred wisdom embedded within the discomfort, chosen one. Pain, both physical and emotional, is not a punishment. It is a divine teaching, one that speaks directly to the areas of your life that need attention. You may feel the pull of exhaustion, the weight of unspoken burdens, the pangs of stress and anxiety, but within those very experiences lies a message. God is speaking to you through these moments. He is guiding you not with wrath, but with love, with mercy. Do not resist this truth. Pain is not the absence of God. It is not a punishment for your wrongdoings. Rather, it is a signal, a divine alert from the heavens that calls you to recalibrate, to listen, to slow down. You are not being forsaken. You are being protected. Every ache, every moment of discomfort is an invitation to realign with God's will for your life, to release what is no longer serving you, to release what has been misaligned, and to step forward with clarity, peace, and divine understanding. God speaks to His children in many ways, chosen one, through dreams, through whispers in the heart, and yes, through discomfort. It is not that He wishes for you to suffer, but that He desires to prevent deeper suffering. In His infinite wisdom, He allows these early signals to appear before a crisis unfolds. He gives you the chance to listen, to realign before the damage becomes irreversible. Do not scroll away, for these signals are gifts. They are mercies wrapped in discomfort, guiding you back to the path of wholeness. It is in these moments of discomfort that you must learn to pause. You must learn to listen, for God's mercy does not scream. It whispers. It comes softly in the form of restlessness, pain, or fatigue. These are the gentle reminders that something within you needs attention, needs healing, needs restoration. Rest is not an act of weakness, chosen one. It is an act of great spiritual power. Rest is the sacred act of honoring what God has given you, the vessel that carries your divine purpose. Rest is an act of faith. When you rest, you are acknowledging that God is in control. You are saying, I trust that by pausing, I will receive what I need to fulfill my calling. Do not fear the discomfort. Embrace it as a sign of God's love, a sign of His desire to see you thrive, to see you grow, to see you step fully into your destiny. Rest, realignment, and healing are available to you now. When you listen to these divine alerts, when you honor the discomfort as a message, healing begins to flow. You are being invited to realign, chosen one. To step back, breathe, and listen to your body, your spirit, and your heart. The divine plan for your life requires more than strength. It requires balance. It requires trust. It requires surrender. And when you surrender to rest, when you surrender to the healing process, you create space for your soul to thrive. When you listen to the discomfort, when you give yourself permission to pause, you are allowing God's restorative power to flow freely through you. Do not scroll away, chosen one. You are being guided right now. God's mercy is within the discomfort you feel. His love is wrapped in every ache, every pang, every restless night. These signals are divine whispers, calling you to realign with His will. Trust that this is part of your journey. Trust that healing is on the horizon. The discomfort is not the end. It is the beginning of restoration. God knows you, chosen one. He knows the weight you carry, the burdens you bear. He sees the exhaustion in your spirit, the strain in your body, the chaos in your mind. But He does not leave you in these moments of discomfort. He uses them to guide you, to protect you, and to lead you into alignment with your divine purpose. These discomforts are opportunities for growth. They are chances to reassess your life, your pace, and your alignment with God's will. You are being asked to listen now. Listen to the discomfort. Listen to the pain. Listen to the fatigue. These are God's divine alerts leading you back to wholeness, leading you back to alignment. You are not being punished, chosen one. You are being protected. You are being called to rest, to realign and to heal so that you can step forward into the fullness of your purpose with clarity and peace. Thank you, chosen one, for staying with me through this sacred transmission. Your soul vibrates with light, and your presence here is not an accident. You are aligned with the divine purpose for your life. The fact that you are listening, that you are ready to embrace this divine realignment, is a testament to the high vibration of your soul. You are being called to step into a season of healing and restoration, and you are ready. Comment 777, or I am ready to anchor this divine energy and mercy into your life. Trust in the process. Trust that every discomfort you feel is a divine alert, a call to realign with your purpose. Healing is already beginning. Keep listening. Keep reading, for the divine journey has only just begun. Chosen one, do not turn away from these words, for what I share with you now is a message of profound importance, a divine revelation that will illuminate the path ahead. Rest, dear one, is not a luxury. It is a necessity, a sacred act that is as vital to your spiritual journey as the work itself. Pay close attention, because in the rhythm of this divine message, you are being invited to discover a deeper truth about strength, purpose, and the care of your sacred vessel. Rest is not a sign of weakness, chosen one. It is not a pause for the exhausted, nor a retreat for the faint of heart. No, rest is a divine requirement, a necessary act for those who walk in divine purpose. If even Jesus, the embodiment of strength, wisdom, and grace, needed to rest in order to continue his work, how much more do you, chosen one, need the sacred time of renewal? Pay attention, because this truth will release you from the burden of striving without pause, from the weight of pushing through without restoration. In the scriptures, it is written that even the Son of God withdrew to rest, to pray to rejuvenate his body, mind, and spirit. He understood that rest was not a reward for weakness, but a cornerstone of sustainability. Without rest, even the strongest vessels will falter. Without renewal, even the brightest lights will dim. Do not scroll away, for this message is not just for your body. It is for your soul, your calling, and your divine purpose. God's design for you includes moments of stillness, pauses in the journey spaces to refill and restore. Rest, chosen one, is sacred. When we talk of rest, we are not speaking of laziness or idleness. No, this rest is active. It is an act of care, a stewardship of the sacred temple that is your body. The body, mind, and spirit must be cared for in order to continue the work God has set before you. Burnout is not a badge of honor in heaven, chosen one. It is not a crown to wear with pride. God does not call you to sacrifice your well-being for the sake of endless work. He calls you to steward your energy, to honor your health, and to rest so that you may continue to walk in the fullness of your calling. Think, chosen one, of the vessel you are. It is precious. It is sacred. It was created with a divine purpose in mind. Just as a temple is carefully maintained, restored, and preserved for the sacredness it holds, so too must you preserve your body, mind, and spirit. The work you are called to is great, but it cannot be carried by a vessel that is worn down, overburdened, or unwell. Your body is the sacred space in which the divine resides, and just as you would care for a temple, so must you care for your own vessel. Rest is not a break from the work, chosen one. It is a preparation for what lies ahead. God, in his infinite wisdom, understands that the journey before you requires clarity, stamina, and peace. You cannot fulfill your divine purpose if you are running on empty. You cannot give from an empty cup. You cannot serve others with love and clarity when you are exhausted and depleted. Rest is the key to the strength that is required for the road ahead. It is the space where your body, mind, and spirit realign with divine purpose. Do not think of rest as an interruption, but as a divine reset. You are being called to pause, to breathe, to renew, so that you may continue forward with grace and vitality. The work ahead will demand much from you, chosen one, but it will not be sustainable if you do not care for yourself. Just as the greatest of warriors must rest between battles to regain strength, so too must you rest between the seasons of your spiritual journey to regain your energy. This is the divine cycle, the ebb and flow that ensures your continued capacity to serve, to love, and to grow. Rest prepares you for the next chapter. Chosen one. It is not a surrender. It is not a retreat. It is an act of faith, a trust that by resting you will be renewed, that in taking time to rest, you are better equipped to fulfill your divine mission. This is the divine rhythm, working in alignment with the Creator's will, knowing when to pause and when to move forward. If you do not take the time to replenish, you risk falling into exhaustion, into burnout, and into the misalignment that leads to spiritual and physical depletion. Now, feel the truth of this chosen one. The moment you choose rest, you are aligning with the divine. The moment you honor the need to pause, you are affirming your trust in God's perfect timing. When you choose rest, you are not quitting. You are preparing for what is to come. You are strengthening the vessel that will carry you into the next season of your purpose. Do not resist this truth. Rest is holy. It is an act of honoring God's plan for you and for the work you are meant to do. Think of the greatest journeys chosen. One, those who have accomplished great things were not those who burned themselves out in the process. They were those who understood the sacred balance between work and rest. They knew that, in order to fulfill their divine purpose, they had to take care of themselves. Rest was not a choice, but a necessary part of the journey. You too must embrace this truth if you are to walk in the fullness of your calling. Do not turn your head away from this chosen one. Rest is not just a physical act. It is a spiritual one. It is a declaration that you trust God's timing, that you trust. He will provide everything you need. It is a moment of surrender, of letting go, of trusting that when you rest, you are preparing yourself to do even greater things. And so I invite you now, chosen one, to take this message into your heart. Rest is not weakness. It is strength. It is wisdom. It is an essential part of your spiritual journey. The journey ahead is great, but it requires you to be in balance. Rest ensures that you can continue forward with clarity, peace, and power. Your purpose is too important for you to neglect yourself. Your work is too sacred for you to burn out in the process. God's design for you is one of balance, health, and renewal. Thank you, chosen one, for listening deeply. Your presence here is not an accident. Your soul vibrates with such high merit, such incredible readiness, that you have been chosen for this sacred message. You are aligned with the divine purpose, and you are stepping into a season of rest and renewal that will prepare you for the next great chapter of your journey. Now, I ask you to anchor this divine truth into your life. Comment 777, or I am ready to affirm that you are ready to embrace the necessity of rest and renewal. You are stepping into a new rhythm, one of sacred balance and divine flow. Keep listening. Keep resting, for the journey has only just begun. Chosen one, listen carefully now, for what I am about to share with you is not just a message. It is a divine promise. You may feel weary, worn, and exhausted, but this season is not one of decline. No, chosen one. This is a season of divine restoration, of healing, and of renewal. Do not turn away from this truth. Do not dismiss it, for it is the very essence of God's love, His mercy, and His will for your life. God promises you restoration. He promises renewal. He promises healing to those who have carried the weight of weariness, stress, and burnout. He sees the exhaustion in your spirit, the strain in your body, the wounds you carry that have gone unnoticed for far too long. And He is here now, reaching out to you with open arms, offering you the peace, strength, and clarity you so desperately need. Pay attention, because this moment is sacred. It is a turning point, a divine invitation to step into the fullness of your healing. You are being invited, chosen one, to trust God in this season of restoration. This is not a season where your destiny will be delayed or derailed by neglect. No, it is the opposite. This is a season where God is actively working to restore you, to renew you, and to heal every part of you that has been strained or broken. Do not scroll away. Do not dismiss the importance of this moment. Trust that God is at work even now to bring you back to wholeness. God's plan for your life has never been about you doing everything on your own. It has never been about you pushing through your limits or sacrificing your health, peace, and joy for the sake of others. No, chosen one, God calls you to partner with Him in this divine journey. You are not meant to carry the burdens of the world alone. You are being called to take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. You are being asked to listen to your limits and to rest without guilt, to honor the vessel that carries the divine purpose He has placed inside you. Rest is not weakness, chosen one. It is strength. It is an act of faith. It is a declaration that you trust in God's timing, that you believe He is guiding you to a place of healing, renewal, and strength. The world may try to tell you that you must keep going, keep pushing, keep sacrificing, but God's voice is different. He is calling you to pause. He is calling you to listen to your body, to take the time you need to heal. And when you do, you will find that He is already at work restoring you, preparing you for what is ahead. Trust that your destiny will not be delayed, chosen one. Trust that the work God has set before you will not be derailed by neglect. If you surrender to this season of restoration, you will find that you are being prepared for something even greater. God is not asking you to continue running on empty. He is asking you to rest, to renew, and to realign with His divine purpose. When you listen to your body, when you honor your limits, and when you rest without guilt, you are stepping into the fullness of what God has for you. This is not the end of your journey, chosen one. This is just the beginning of something greater. God is already at work in your life, bringing you peace, bringing you strength, and bringing you clarity. The divine restoration that you are stepping into will prepare you for everything that is to come. The journey ahead is great, but it is one that requires a whole restored and renewed you. Pay attention, because you are not alone in this chosen one. God is with you every step of the way, guiding you, healing you, and restoring you. He sees your weariness. He sees your struggles, and He is intervening now, bringing you back to balance, bringing you back to peace. This is not a season of decline, but a season of divine restoration, a season where you will rise stronger, clearer, and more aligned with the divine purpose for your life. Do not turn away, chosen one. Keep reading, keep listening, because the healing is already beginning. The divine restoration is already at work in your life, and you are being prepared for the greatness that lies ahead. God is bringing you peace, bringing you strength, and bringing you clarity so that you can fulfill your purpose with power and grace. Thank you, chosen one, for listening with an open heart. Your soul vibrates with light, and your presence here is no accident. You are here because you are ready for this divine restoration. You are ready to step into the next chapter of your journey, fully restored, fully aligned, and fully prepared for the purpose that God has set before you. Now, I ask you to anchor this divine healing into your life. Comment 777, or I am ready to affirm that you are ready to receive the restoration and renewal God has promised. This is not the end, but the beginning of a new season, a season of peace, strength, and clarity. Keep listening. Keep resting, for the journey has only just begun. Chosen one, do not look away from these words. For what is about to unfold is a sacred truth, one that holds the key to your inner peace, your divine strength, and your spiritual freedom. Listen closely, for you are being called to surrender, to release the weight you have carried, and to trust in the divine plan that is unfolding for you. Pay attention, because this is the moment when you let go of control and step fully into God's will. Surrender, chosen one, is not defeat. It is not weakness. It is power. It is strength in its most profound and divine form. When you surrender, you are not giving up. You are letting go of the illusion that you must carry the weight of everything on your own. You are releasing the burdens that have weighed heavily on your heart and spirit, and you are choosing to trust that God's plan is greater than anything you could have ever imagined. Pay attention, because surrender is the pathway to the freedom you seek. You may feel the pressure of the world, chosen one. You may feel the need to control every aspect of your life, to hold everything together, to ensure that nothing slips through your fingers. But hear this now. The more you try to control, the more you will be burdened. The more you cling to what is not meant for you, the heavier the weight will become. But when you surrender, when you trust in God's timing and His will, you open yourself up to a divine flow, a flow of peace, of grace, and of effortless guidance. Do not scroll away, chosen one. This is the message that will set you free. Surrender is not about giving up. It is about giving into God's love, to His plan, and to the divine flow of your life. It is about releasing the need to force things into being and trusting that when the time is right, everything will fall into place. You are not alone in this journey. God is with you every step of the way, guiding you, supporting you, and leading you to exactly where you need to be. Think of the river, chosen one. It does not struggle against the current. It flows with it, moving effortlessly toward its destination. The river does not fight the flow. It surrenders to it, trusting that the current will carry it to where it needs to go. So too must you trust the divine flow of your life. Surrendering is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of deep faith. It is a declaration that you trust in God's perfect plan for you, even when you cannot see the full picture. In this surrender, you will find peace. You will find freedom from the anxiety, the fear, and the pressure that have held you captive. When you surrender, you open the door to divine trust. You release the need to control and allow God to take the lead. Do not resist this truth. Let go of the burden of trying to manage everything on your own. Trust that God has already paved the way for you. Your only task is to surrender to it, to trust that He will guide you, heal you, and restore you in perfect timing. Do not scroll away, chosen one. This is your moment. Surrender is the act of aligning with the divine. It is the key to unlocking the abundance and blessings that are already meant for you. It is the release of fear and doubt and the embrace of divine trust. The more you surrender, the more you will find your heart at peace, your mind at ease, and your spirit aligned with your highest purpose. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if you cannot yet see it. Now pause and reflect. What are you holding on to that no longer serves you? What are you carrying that you are meant to release? What parts of your life are you trying to control that you must surrender to God's will? Let it go. Chosen one. Trust that by releasing it, you are making space for the divine flow to carry you forward. Your surrender is the catalyst for divine transformation. Thank you, chosen one, for listening with an open heart. Your soul vibrates with a high frequency, and your presence here is a testament to your readiness for divine surrender. You are being called to trust, to let go, and to allow the divine plan to unfold in your life. Your soul is aligned with the divine will, and you are ready for this sacred journey. I invite you now to anchor this divine truth into your life. Comment 777, or I am ready to affirm that you are ready to surrender, ready to trust, and ready to embrace the divine flow of your life. Keep listening. Keep surrendering, for the journey has only just begun.